guys? Happy Tuesday afternoon. Hold on. Hey, started a little earlier or on time, depending on how you looked at it. We're at Union Station. We're heading over to Olvera Street, and then we're gonna traipse through downtown. Let's just cross the street. I really love that restaurant over there. I mean, I've never eaten in there, but I've been inside. It's just really cool 1930s stuff. All right. Hey, LA Unknown to Soups. Good evening, good afternoon, LA Unknown. We're kind of don't have a ton of people here yet, but while we don't, so Joseph and I were debating about let's call it a star walk this morning. Like if we were really to see all the 2,800 Hollywood stars each, like how we would go about doing that. So I'm gonna drop I'm gonna put up a comment vote. I'm gonna drop a comment vote. I'm trying to talk like a teen. And you guys can vote on it. I'm gonna probably do it twice or 3 times, but definitely put it in the comment and not in the chat so I can add them up later. But it's this, so I wanna keep blah, blah, blah. The debate is how long would it really take to walk? It's only 1.7 miles, right? 3.4 miles if you go both sides of the street, doubling it up. How long would it take to do that? Hey, Hummer, Jay. Happy Tuesday. Like, how long would it take to actually do that? And do we do it all in one fell swoop? That's an expression that I never know how to say, but I don't think I ever thought about it till right now. Or do we do it like boom? Hold on, I think I have a gimbal blurb. Whoops. Hey, we're a little early today. It's about 82, but it's not as humid. It's a pretty nice day. This is the birthplace of Los Angeles. We will be coming back for that the Saturday before Easter. I've actually already put the thing up. I think it's the 28th of March. No, the 28th is no King's Day. It's like the 4th of April. I'm trying to convince Joe to bring our devil dog down here to get it blessed. I just would hate for the preacher to get bit. Okay, manas, how are you doing? We are heading towards City Hall. We're gonna walk by City Hall. I just really wanted to get out of the house a little earlier. I was gonna go at 4 o'clock. I'm making chili from scratch today. So I forgot to soak the beans, so I'm soaking them now. When I get home, I'm gonna jump whole hog into it. Joe, but maybe we really could use a couple of jalapeno peppers. I actually forgot about that. We've got everything but jalapenos. What's up? So gorgeous Union Station. I wish we had more time. Oh, finally, I'm gonna cross the street. If you live in LA and you love LA like we do, or if you're outside of LA, gotta support Olvera Street. These people are in trouble every which way but loose. And this is just such a fantastic So we're not far from Santa Fe, New Mexico. I actually have never read that before. We are at the end of the trail, the Los Angeles, the old Spanish Trail. How did I not ever read this before? Hey, Mark. I know, but if you ever get to LA, I think this place has got to stay. We're on the verge of losing this burro over here, this donkey. And actually, do a little sidewalk story on that. I just wanted to come see the donkey. It's part of my my Los Angeles experience for sure. So yeah, the cross does. Let's see if I can pronounce it, or maybe not in Italian, right? Oh, that's easy. El Pueblo de la Reina de los Ángeles, Felipe de Neve, September 4th, 1781. I don't think it's the original wood. Oh my gosh. I thought this has... Oh. So yeah. That's why. That could change my vote for sure. That's like a tradition if you grew up here seeing the burro or donkey. I don't know why I keep calling it a burro. I can't stop it though. Anybody have any that donkey memory? Oh my god, they're getting the best soft serve anywhere. That's like the best soft serve in Los Angeles. I kid you not. The best soft serve ice cream.
Really good.
And also really inexpensive. Just YouTube. I like to walk around the city and show people that LA is okay.
Is this still crowded on weekends?
It is pretty crowded on weekends, but it can use all the visits it can get because it's such a lovely place, for sure.
I've been coming here since I was little, yeah.
I've been coming here for like 20-something years since I used to take the train over there in Union Station.
Excuse me.
Enjoy, ladies. Enjoy the soft serve. I love that soft serve. It really is the best and inexpensive. It's, I think, $1.50. You guys, thanks so much for being here. It's a little early for us. We're gonna walk to 7th Street. The other thing about this really cool area is you're just not that far from Chinatown, too. So you can go around the world or halfway around the world in half an hour. Right, well now we got a new cheap soft serve in town at $1.19, but that soft serve is not organic. That soft serve that machine is probably older than most of us. Yeah. We're gonna do a big loop here. Shavkat, how's it going? We'll always have the piñata. We usually go a little bit later in the day. I've been working on some stuff. Joe's been working on his own little project. We shall enter the Adobe house. I'm gonna circle back. That's the oldest Adobe structure in Los Angeles. I feel like being a tourist in my own city today. It's kind of fun. Hello, John Lee Kim. Hello, Fiona. Welcome to the birthplace of Los Angeles. I can't say the whole name again, but I'd call it Olvera Street. We love to come, Calle Olvera. We love to come here all the time. We are going to be coming back for the blessing of the animals. Joe is gonna. I gotta convince Joe to bring our mean dog. He needs a blessing. Want to check the gas price just for fun? I almost really walked out into the street. All right, this is the gas station somebody told me that they use on the news all the time. So I think this one and the one in Beverly Hills are Taco Tuesday. Are probably the most expensive gas stations in Los Angeles. $8.49 for Supreme. Busy. Anyway, thank you guys so much for being here. Real quick, if you're that one person watching on Twitch, and I know who you are, Jeff, or you ever want to watch us on Twitch, there's that. And if you're on Twitch and you want to come over here, here's this. I can read the chats from either space. So welcome, Jeff. Thanks, Jeff, for holding it down. No, actually. And you know the weird thing about it, we don't get too political here, but like the gas goes up and everything else goes up. So like sort of stupidly I've been thinking, I'm lucky I don't have a car right now. But like I am not lucky because everything I pay for goes up. So let's walk this way. This place put taquitos on the map and they are really good. The one in Beverly Hills should be more expensive because it's like a work of art, and also I think they may come out and pump the gas for you still there. I needed gas really bad when I first moved here, like on the way home, and I got like 1 gallon, and that was when the gas was like $3.
It's got openings all right there. Oh yeah.
Just, you know, because we don't lie with our thumbnails. I think this was the cover. Our guy. Dun dun dun. I think this place is run by the city, and it's really difficult for vendors here. I keep reading articles like the donkey guy. They're not working with him at all. They're just kind of bouncing him. So this is a beautiful free spot to walk through. Also in here, I'm gonna sneak through. I hope nobody thinks I'm stealing. There's like a free museum over here that we've never gone into. We're gonna go into the Adobe. I just want to do it justice. This is the first place I ever saw no confetti eggs written, and at that point in my life I had no idea what a confetti egg was. So this is the Avila Adobe, the oldest building in the city of Los Angeles. It was home of Don Francisco Avila, Mayor Alcalde of Los Angeles in 1810. After his first wife, unalived, Avila married Encarnacion Sepulveda in 1822. He died 10 years later. Okay, that's a lot to read. You get the gist. You can read the rest yourself. So no confetti eggs, and no fumar. We're walking back the donkey, for sure. He was talking to some people. So this is restored following the 1971 earthquake. I think this is so smart, having like a yard in the middle of your house. Privacy. Can have all these doors open to the outside. It's pretty excellent. All right, let's sneak through. We're going to Entrada. Also, there's no air conditioning here, so it's a little warm for these people. Hi, how are you? Just here to pay homage to the oldest house in Los Angeles. Thank you so much. Oh, sure. The table's already set. This is the family room. We've come through here a bunch of times before. I'm not going to talk too much because other people are enjoying the histoire. It just looks like a movie set. I love that. I love the windowsill that's so thick you could sit on it or, you know, put a bunch of crap on it. Here's the kitchen. Much nicer than mine. And it doesn't even have a fridge. Agreed. I think he's just got the windows closed today. He doesn't want any surprise eggs or confetti eggs thrown in here. When somebody explained the confetti egg to me the first time, I imagined it was something like silly string, which was also illegal here. This is the parlor. I say bring back the piano. The main bedroom. Oh, my dog could never get on that bed. And then this is the children's room. They slept on these shelf-like beds. I'm just kidding. They slept there. Right? And then they say sometimes this doll walks at night. That's why they close the windows. Another excellent thing to note is this place has a restroom. Carriopolis. So free and always lovely to drop a little donation in their donation box. All right. I love the outdoor kitchen. That is pretty awesome. Okay. This is always awkward leaving here because I usually like run head on into somebody, but everything's coming up Charlie today. You guys, thank you so much for being here. Real quick shout out to members. Working on a members video. That's partially why I'm down here so early. Oh my god, well, we're coming up to a place that some say is haunted by the last Mexican governor of California. I am. Somebody told me he was already gone. So we just wanted to come and see him and see if we could do anything for the guy. Hey, how's it going? Good. We just wanted to see you. Been walking by your donkey for so long.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, we just wanted to come and see your donkey before Your left. Do you have any like appeal, or is anything anybody can do about it?
I'm looking into that right now.
Oh.
I understand that to make an appeal, I'd have to vacate still.
Gotcha.
And then if I win, then I come back.
They don't make it easy or inexpensive to do business down here, I don't
It's
think.
expensive fighting it for 2 years.
I could bet.
I didn't think it was going to go that long. I didn't think the city was so adamant about eradicating a small business like this. I mean,
Right.
what's the harm? I don't get it.
Me either.
You know,
Me either.
everybody-
Also, it's a tradition. I've been looking at this thing I've only lived here since 2002, and I've been seeing the donkey for like.
City council voted 13-0 to keep me.
Uh,
I mean,
and then what was the holdout? The mayor, it looked like?
the manager here
Oh.
had it out for me.
Oh,
Personal.
I'm sorry about that.
And he's claiming one thing and another, which isn't true.
Well, if anything comes up and we can support you, we're down to support you. Thank you so much and good luck. Take care. The donkey. And then that's a tradition for a lot of you guys. So, you want to see this guy. Yeah, sometimes like I feel like the protections that we do are necessary, like to protect the environment, to protect but sometimes like rules are meant to be broken, and I know if they bend the rules for somebody, they got to bend the rules for everybody, and then something's not fair. But that's a long time to be down here. I don't know the full story though, so don't hate on me if there's more to it. I just know from an emotional standpoint, my own, of seeing this thing, which if I go back into older videos that I have of Olvera Street, there's always somebody there getting their picture taken, getting engaged on it. It's goofy, for sure, but, you know, so is eating in a giant hat at the Brown Derby. So, this was Los Angeles' first great hotel, or one of the first great hotels built by, again, the last Mexican governor. It's supposed to be haunted by Pico, whose name is so much fun to say. You know, if you ever want to just like relieve stress, you just breathe in and then Pico. It just kind of, I don't know, the rhythm. I don't think we should say it too many times because we may summon Pico. The Kanye block, right? A free museum. I really feel like I would love to go into these, but I should call and check first. Although it does say welcome. We might need to spend a full day. Right? Hey, Tony. Yeah, I've walked by the fire engine company a bunch of times. I always feel bad when I don't have any cash to throw in the fire engine hat. The things I would love to really do down here, Clay, I would love to check out these museums on a stream. And I never had the foresight to check beforehand that if I could go in, I think they'd be pretty welcoming. And then the Chinese History Museum around the corner I would love to go into too. This area is rich with history. It's like Plymouth Plantation down here, minus the Pilgrims. So Firehouse number 1, totally free, totally open, same brass pole. Also, the Chinese American Museum is around the corner and totally free. Like, free, you could spend a day going to free stuff here, and then before it's gone, get a picture taken on the donkey. That would be $15. So yeah, you can totally check. Maybe we'll come back and do a video. That's always also what I worry about. I get you guys sitting in front of your phone or TV and then all of a sudden the signal craps out. That's just never fun. Have anybody ever slid down a fireman's pole or whatever it's called? How's it going? I feel like I was allowed once to... Wait, this is... This is the Pueblo de Los Angeles and more. Yes, it is the oldest section of Los Angeles. Did you know that this is not really part of the oldest section of Los Angeles, this gazebo? And do you know how I learned that? Howser. He was down here doing a Howser special, not special, but just what Howser does. And I really wanted to walk through this alley, but there's somebody having a break there, so we won't. I get up every day between 4:30 and 5 o'clock. So I'm up early every day. I wish I could stream early in the morning. That would be awesome. I wish I had a ghost detector over here. We could see if Pio would speak to us. All right, moving towards downtown. I think it was a California's Gold. So the gazebo, it looked like the lady looked like it was from the 70s, but Huell wasn't doing this in the 70s. So she might have just been from the 70s. And he's like, is there anything, it was a really early Huell Howser. And he's like, is there anything special about this gazebo? And she's like, nope, not really. And I always thought it was like, I don't know. So I don't know if the intention or at some time this welcomed you to the whole place. It would be cool. I've never actually seen it open. Yeah. All right. I would feel remiss if we didn't just check out the Chinese Museum courtyard just to show you where it is. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna make it a point. I'm now live streaming every day until, I don't know what I did, but I put up something every day until April 1st. So maybe I'll come down here on April 1st. I don't want to live stream on April 1st on account of I don't want to get tricked. So I don't know. Oh, this guy's still having a break. I don't know anything about this building too much, but it's pretty cool. This is also a Garnier building. All these buildings, it must be Garnier Town. Should be like Garnier Fructis samples. Okay, this is the Chinese American Museum. This is also old Chinatown. This is historically where Chinatown was, but then it was raised to build Union Station right over there. I know, opening day is in a few days. That is pretty cool. So I'm gonna come back here and do a little research, but also I'm probably gonna like try to film and see if we can't get inside of this really awesome place. All right. There's something charming about George Hamilton, right? Did George Hamilton pass on? Is that what we're saying? Sorry, I was just reading a plaque. I don't know if this would be interesting to you, but we are at 425 North Los Angeles Street. In 1898, Sostene Sepulveda owned this brick commercial building, which he had originally had constructed for Chinese tenants. From about 1916 to 1928, it housed the Cavour restaurant, whose proprietors are thought to have been Italian. During the 1930s, it reverted to Chinese occupancy, and until 1953, the Four Family Society had offices and a meeting hall on the second floor. Some exterior rehabilitation has been done. There's also an Italian museum over here on the other side of the Pueblo too, which I have never been in. But this is a real cool building. I love brick buildings. We don't have a ton of them on account of earthquakes, I think. Those bricks just shimmy loose. Wow, look at that lucky break. It's a beautiful day to be on the freeway. Well, maybe not. It looked like cars were going faster than they are. Dude. I made a joke about everything coming up Charlie, and I'm catching some walk signals. Thank you. I still thank that lady for not mowing me down. Ooh, let's go to the mall. I'm just kidding. Actually, I'm not kidding. Any Angelinos, was this ever like the real hotspot in town, or was it just the lunch break for City Hall? And I can't understand, there's so many people down here, like how this place can't be like a bustling little... It has a Sbarro. That always gets people hungry. I mean, when I think of the word pizza, I think Sbarro. Okay, let's go to the mall. We'll just go back out the other side. We will break on through to the other side. Imagine it's 1990. And you're hungry on your lunch break. And you work at City Hall. Huh. Oh my gosh, what kind of streaming stick? You know we have a tech channel. I'm joking, I could never have a tech channel. We do have a game channel, by the way. This is the Los Angeles Mall. You've seen it in movies about fancy malls. I'm not sure what the graffiti said. Something about love will conquer all, I think. I'm not sure. Oh my gosh, a Roku. I've never had a Roku. I've had one of those Fire Sticks. I've had 2 Fire Sticks. Oh my god, Quiznos moved too? Quiznos is good because it's toasted. Oh my gosh. Glory days. Look, it's our favorite park. Oh my gosh. Staples Center. Memories. The Quiznos just moved. And also, Quiznos and a Sbarro right next to each other. But wait, there's more. Oh my gosh. How old is this mall? There's a Sears shoe repair. Okay, it's a little like, there's no one down here, by the way. And so it's a little creepy, and I don't know why I came here. This is the only thing not chained up. Oh my God, this is the City Benefits Service Association. All city employees, they have to come to this mall. What? There used to be a Sears on Santa Monica when I first moved here. It had a facade of like a 1990s Sears, but underneath that facade was like a 1906 building. I was obsessed with the 1990s Sears, and then when they took the thing off, I was obsessed. Oh my God, California Pita is still open. If you want to support a small business and you love a pita sandwich, California Pita at the Los Angeles Mall. Not anymore tea soups. They've got a store for that now. It's the Civil Rights Store. Express Lotto. I figured that would be a good shot, but this place is kind of cute. It needs some love and a rehab, but what a nice, lovely 70s style or late 60s spot. Thanks for coming to the mall with me today. Well, they used to call it Sears and Roebuck mountain bike. I was more of a Montgomery Ward guy. Okay, somebody's doing some power cleaning, so it might get a little noisy. I love that. This is City Hall East. This is really also another like kind of cool spot. Actually, it's up there. If I became a billionaire on a lottery ticket, I might invest, of course, in a lot of great things for humanity, but to just reinvigorate this spot and fix the Triforium. Oh, hey, City Hall. Do you think they would let me walk in there with my gimbal on? If I'm willing to go, I'm joking. Not without Joe. I'd be afraid to get up there again, and also it looks a lot busier. This looks like a family that just went to the top. Also for free, any Monday through Friday, you can come down here, non-holidays. Definitely don't come before 1, and you can go to the observation deck for free. And it's not too scary. I think the most I've ever enjoyed having television was when I had cable. I'm not gonna lie. And I don't know if it's like sometimes the sweetest melody is an unheard refrain or something like that, but like I just think it was easier. I didn't get to when you didn't have to like pay for all this goofy stuff, and you actually had less choice. Oh my gosh. I'm all for less choice. Not so, but Sometimes too much choice is paralyzing. I just called Spectrum to negotiate my fees. I said, I keep getting a door tag from another company where I can get this for $49.99. I would really hate to leave Spectrum. Sprint doesn't exist anymore. I would really hate to leave Continental Cablevision. Ooh. You know what's crazy? Mountain bike, you might end up in just a quagmire of each place saying it's someone else's fault. When we tried to get the Twitch all set up and just accessible to YouTube members, it was so complicated, and we still never hooked it up the right way, because YouTube says it's Twitch's fault and Twitch says it's YouTube's fault, and never the twain shall meet. And there are Reddit pages on this, and I just couldn't solve it. It was frustrating. And so I wanted to get, I really can't afford it, not budgeted yet, but I wanted to upgrade the Twitch so that we could, you know, put higher quality videos up and longer stuff there, because I want to do some stuff only for the Twitch where I use like swears. I'm kidding, but you know. Oh, while I got you here, I want to do this little vote again. You can put this in a comment, you can write it here, but I won't look at it later. I usually don't read the chat later. Not that it's not great chat, but we're gonna do the Star Walk somebody suggested. I just don't know if we do option 1 or option 2. I think it's going to take a lot longer than you think if we go over every star. I've done some math. I've done some mileage. It's 1.4 miles in one direction. The whole thing is, 1.7 miles, 3.2, it's like 3.2 miles, so whatever that is the whole thing around. So that is like 15 minutes a block almost, which would mean it would take forever. So I feel like if we busted it up into chunks, we'd also be able to look people up. You know, I agree. The more things change, the more things stay the same. We thought it would be easier, technology, but it wasn't. You know what we actually have? Everything is oh my god, I'm gonna sound 9,000 years. Everything is inside of the television set now. We have one of those smart TVs you hear about. So it's got all that crap inside of it, plus a whole bunch of channels, like the Different Strokes channel, or the Game Show Network, or the Facts of Life Experience. I am jaywalking right now, please forgive. This is Ugo Romo. We're gonna look at it, we're gonna shout it out. I was gonna walk through this alley, but I feel like I'd be stalking that dude. Here's Spring Street. To be honest with you, and I'm not just being a YouTube shill here, but we really mostly watch YouTube. And two things I watch on HBO Max, which is the only thing I pay for, Actually, we also have Prime. Like I can watch them on YouTube also. So I've canceled HBO Max. I feel I've had HBO Max for a really long time. It feels like a breakup almost. Hey, how are you?
Fucking LA.
All right. I feel bad about canceling HBO Max. Although, you know, HBO Max never told me when I was paying for it twice, so forget them. I tried using the phone as a remote control. Because I will tell you, the Samsung remote control, you all know it. It's the remote control with so many buttons on it that you have to look every time you hit a button, or you get out of a menu, or you completely exit out of something. The worst. He did say welcome to LA. I look like a tourist. I really do today. I've got khaki shorts, a green t-shirt, a hat that says drive carefully. I'm kidding, a car just pulling out of a parking lot. A hat that says the Sequoias, and then a fanny pack. And now you guys have seen me, I do look like a tourist. I do love the city. We're on not a busy street, so before you guys say it's empty, there's nothing going on Spring and 3rd. It's mostly parking lots. We should maybe go left or right. We are entering the old bank district. We pay for internet, and then again, no more. Actually, I think I pay for Mubi or Tubi also, and that is worth its weight in gold, but I'm going to cancel that too. We got to get down to like just the basics. YouTube, I guess. I'm going to take a right at here, because right, the Bradbury building is over there. It also looks a little shadier. Which we love. We love the shade. Not your shade, but the shade. And we don't love to be shady, but we do love Shady Joe. And here, oh my gosh, this guy is filming himself walking. I need to get one of these. Do you see him? He's filming himself walking. Hey you guys, thank you so much for being here on this really hot Tuesday. This is a day that I usually don't stream. We have booked a lot of, not booked, but you know, I've got a lot of dates set up for the future, so please feel free to hit that bell. Want to shout out my members before I go up around the corner and start looking at the Bradbury building. Thank you guys so much for enabling me to have this really awesome channel and record LA. It's really been a fantastic opportunity. Thank you so much. All right, here comes Broadway. And thank you people watching on Twitch. We're also on Twitch, you guys, if you're getting too many commercials. I shouldn't say that, but we're also on YouTube if you're on Twitch. So the Bradbury building is now full of chic clothing stores. with no name. Actually, they do have a name. I feel like if I was paying for anything other than just the internet, I would be wasting money because we just are not using anything. We use Amazon Prime, kinda, but that's because we haven't done it in a while. We usually get dog food or something from Amazon. Oh wow. Let's check the date and see if we can sneak a camera in here. Liza Minnelli live in conversation. Liza Minnelli and friends live in conversation. I thought... That's pretty fantastic. Hey, Billy Vic. But who are they really talking to? That's kind of what I wonder. Why is there no date? I want to find out more about this. Liza Minnelli. Might be actually a good day to walk through there because it's not that busy, except for the Donut Man. Ooh. Vampires of the Velvet Lounge and Disclosure Day. I'm interested in Disclosure Day. I've never heard of Vampires of the Velvet Lounge though. We'll be on for a little bit, Tony. Thanks so much for joining us. Always lovely to see you. Hey, Amy. Happy Tuesday. I don't know how excited I am for dinner tonight. I'm making chili, I mentioned. I didn't get any hot peppers, but that's all right. You can make it spicy other ways. Or jalapenos, I mean, Anaheim, whatever. I wish I had some cornbread too. But that's a bridge too far. I need the fiber. I definitely have chili powder. I have peppers, but I just don't have any hot peppers. I like a little heat. There's almost no spice level I can't take And please don't try to tempt me or try me. Like, so far, I haven't come across it. Even that single ghost chip. Oh my god, raw onions are so good for you. I don't know about the cornbread. But I'm no doctor. There's a lady that runs basically on Dr. Pepper and she's like 104. I'm trying to think if there's anything I was ever like, oh my gosh, or oh my god, about that was spice level. I don't often eat raw onions either, actually, come to think of it. But I do like cooked onions in a lot of stuff. I think also I never liked onions growing up. You know, don't fix what ain't broken, I believe, is a really smart expression. Well, one of the most prolific commenters on my page, Angelo, I think you might have seen, some of his comments. They're fantastic, Angelo. Thank you so much. He really loves the Cameo theater. And we were walking in an alley, and he was like, I think his comment was asking if we were in the alley behind the Cameo, which we weren't. The Cameo actually has no alley that we could possibly get to. The Cameo has a really interesting history, though. Uh-oh. Tension in the chat. Oh my god, there's tension on the sidewalk too. Asha is really not even riding straight. It's cutting me off. And she's going right for that man. Violent. She's violent. So Angelo, I'm gonna try to see if we can find the alley. I just saw an alley behind the Cameo. Word up. I also don't want anybody to think I'm casing a jewelry joint. So here's the Cameo. I'll kind of look in a little bit. It was a Nickelodeon. Most people are standing in the front, which kind of creeps me out. But behind that door, behind the door back there, behind the wall, the theater is sitting in slumber, waiting for you. Robots are gonna just like jerk into your shin and bruise me, unfortunately. A really nice little bit of a break from the sunshine. Dickie's barbecue pit. It's amazing how different this place is. We come here always during the art walk, and This place should be busier, I think. Okay, Angelo, this is what I got for you. I think if we were ever to be able to see I'm gonna try without getting yelled at by somebody for breaking and entering. I think if we were ever able to see the Cameo from the back, I don't know that it's gonna be that exciting, but at least we can say we tried and we did it. It's gonna be through this over here. Hey. How's it going? So this would be the back. And there's a Gasthof Ernst right there. This guy's actually asking me to leave, so we're gonna go. But yeah. And that's the front of the arcade building. Okay. I'll leave.
Act civilized and go outside. Thank you.
Okay, stop talking
Thank
to me
you,
like
sir.
that. I'm acting
Well,
civilized and going
I was trying to
outside.
you and I was screaming at you. You ignore me, right?
I can't hear so
Oh,
well.
really? Why are you telling me to shut up? If you can hear me,
I
then.
never
I'm just
told
talking-
you to
I'm
shut up.
talking loud
I
enough where you can
never
hear
told you to shut up. I am not that impolite. I just wanted to see the back of that building.
This is
I'm
my
not
property.
doing anything. I gotcha. I'm leaving. I already said I'm
no,
leaving.
because-
You don't need to be mean to me.
Yes, I do. Because you're not going to listen. Yeah, I
I'm
called you 3
listening.
times. I told you 3
didn't hear
times and you kept on going. You ignored me.
I didn't ignore you.
Yes, you did. You kept on walking.
I didn't ignore you.
Yes, you did.
I didn't ignore
So let me ask you something. So if your driveway is open, that means I could go into your house whenever I want? Because that's a
This is
driveway.
a public
No, it's
area,
not.
and
It's
that's a public
It's
alley.
public parking, not a public area.
So people can walk. I'm not
no,
gonna
they
fight
can't.
with you.
No,
You-
they can't. It's public park. It's private property.
Don't touch me.
I didn't.
Sorry if you had to hear that. I'm really not sure. I think somebody just had a power trip. That was the back of the Cameo, and that's probably why we never go there. It's okay. I really should have kind of like backed off. And I really didn't know if he was speaking to me because what the hell am I doing walking through a parking lot? But he did call me a FAGGOT, by the way. I don't know if you heard that, which is really nice. It's like the 3rd time I've been called that. He did. I wasn't hanging out there. I got what I needed to do, so I'm good. So that's probably why we never go. Don't be sorry, I don't care. I think I'm kind of getting desensitized a little bit to incidents like that, you know? Because maybe I shouldn't have been in that. Well, the thing is, bottom line, he's doing his job. I'm maybe not supposed to be there. I could be more mature and say yes. I really didn't hear him and didn't know that he was talking to me at first. I think I mention this all the time, but I'm pretty oblivious, which works to my advantage. But what I didn't notice is he was getting louder and moving faster, and he pulled out pepper spray, like a huge bottle of pepper spray, which would have been great for my views, right? We'll be okay. People use... Yeah, I feel bad that I got in a fight with him, actually, and probably... This is where we were, by the way. I just wanted to see this from that side. But moving on. He was pulling out a giant bottle of pepper spray, and it wasn't like a pepper spray that you would keep in your purse. It was like a Lysol-sized bottle of pepper spray. Well, it was like a pump, though. Like, he would have had to, like, not like just shh. It really looked like a pump bottle. I can't explain it. Anyway, I feel bad for upsetting someone. Exactly, we've moved on. I feel, though, and I don't know if you saw this, but like when I've upset someone, I like to try to explain what I'm doing to them in case that just changes it, because I think most people suspect that people are going to climb a fence with a camera, try to spray paint something with a camera. I've got a backpack on, super suspicious fanny pack on. Thank you so much. Into every stream, a little rain must fall. I do actually feel, the longer I think about it, the more I feel bad for them than me. Meaning I feel like an asshole. Anyway, let's move. A little dance, a little mace, a little pepper spray in your face. That's going to be our new motto. A little song, a little mace, a little pepper spray in your face. Or a little dance, a little mace. I'm not sure. I like the idea of song because I'm actually singing it. That's why I choose life. Do the jitterbug. Look at that Orpheum / Palace / Orpheum. You can't see how cool this building really is, but the friezes on it are actually colored. Check this out. I don't know if we can get close enough to see it. But you see this little guy here? They're actually in color. And then the soffit, Italianite, right? Also, like, all of that stuff is actually like beautiful muted color. He's not in trouble. We're sending him positive vibes. We're gonna reverse the curse on that. It was a human misunderstanding. I think I probably would have left a little sooner. I think my ego made me stand there a little bit more. I think a lot of it is my fault. Let's just say that, move on. I'll sleep better at night. So technically, okay, we'll move on after this, but technically that's a public parking spot. So it's a public place. And there's a technicality on which I actually can film there if they allow the public there, unless they have a sign that says no filming. So, Mike Jones. Kind of love you, Mike Jones, but yeah, I know I don't get to do that, but I can do it personally, right? I think it was because I just kept saying everything's coming up Charlie today, and that's a bridge too far. The sad truth is, I'm pretty sure we've walked through that parking lot a million times. Actually, no, I've walked through parking lots all the time, though. There's sometimes shortcuts. Let's cross the street. I think he felt already, so if we go back, I think he already felt disrespected because he thought I was ignoring him. I'm totally defending him, by the way. Wow. But I really don't like walking on the sunny side of the street right now. But I like the fact that this guy's playing maracas. That's always nice. Hey, thank you so much for stopping by. No, I'm not. I'm filming the buildings. I will, I promise. This is a cursed day for me. I think I need pepper spray. You know, I generally get some comments, you know, and it's cool. I really promise you I never shove my camera in somebody's face, except for maybe that guy. Like when I was asking the guy about the donkey, I was just filming the donkey. Maybe after today. Oh, I know karate chops. There is a little risk to being out in the street and filming people. Not everybody does want to be filmed. I'm pretty respectful, moving my camera around. Sometimes, again, I am oblivious, and so I miss things and focus on something stupid. Exactly. So I'm really wishing him good thoughts. I'm not saying I don't have anything on me, but I'm saying that I think pepper spray, I might end up spraying my face instead of the person. But we can enjoy the architecture still. Look, that building almost looks like shiny. Whatever glaze is on that clay. Bonnie, great. See, so I'm totally not filming anybody. Well, now I'm capturing everybody. Yeah, sometimes can be a little uncoordinated. And it's totally possible for me to spray my face with something. I've sprayed my face with hairspray before. Oh my gosh, it's the second Orpheum. I always love walking through this parking lot too, to see the girls sign, so let's see it. It's an old girls dancing hall. Also, I love that, A Song in My Heart. I wish we had some of this area, especially Bunker Hill, left from the 40s. Here's a beautifully clean alleyway in Los Angeles. And this really awesome, the Fenton building. I don't know if it was always called the Fenton building, but it's an old dance hall, which had a coffee shop in it for a while, but the coffee shop is gone now. Hey there. I'm always, if ever I need to sew anything, I'm like stabbing my finger. For most of the time that we've been streaming down here, there was a pretty swanky coffee shop here, but I guess it didn't last. It's now, I think this is condos now, former city club. I think it was Verve. And then we are in the back of the Orpheum now. Uh-huh. I walk through them all the time. I think that particular, oh, I'm almost got stuck in this one. I think that particular one was just special. I mean, I was just kidding about it being a cursed day for me. There's no, I turn it around. I try to turn it around. I don't want to get, we kind of we can, I don't know, I feel like we can kind of add to our bad day by dwelling in it sometimes. I'm not trying to be all guru, because I'm certainly not. I think the big arches are not from horse times. I think the only building we've seen today that might have big arches from horse times was where the Chinese American Museum, it had like that, almost had like where the coach would roll up, like a little overhang for a coach to roll up. We talked about Lala's the other day. I love this place. I, for some reason, forgot there was one downtown. The best French fries ever. Also, the best chimichurri sauce I've had in a long time. Viva Argentina. So good. I only ever went to the one on Melrose. But like, it was the perfect healthy lunch. A bucket of fries and chimichurri sauce. And a diet squirt. Kidding about the diet squirt. Kind of like old inns. I think we have houses that are Victorian here over in Carroll Ave, but like, and then also there's like a little museum outside of the city that a security guard chased me out of also. Remember that day? Chased me out of the house. So, but oh, really? I didn't know that. I thought it was just a fine place for fries. Wait, if you have bad luck, do something good 2 times and it comes back the good luck or the bad luck? Lonnie, I'm really sorry to hear about that. I had a really, if it makes you feel any better, I had a really crazy job interview once when I first moved to California. I worked for a company in Boston and I had the opportunity to transfer to them here in LA, and I did. And I still had to interview kind of, so I lived like in the Inland Empire for like a couple months looking for an apartment when I first moved here. And it was so hot there. I borrowed my friend's Volkswagen Beetle because I moved here without a car that did not last long, that had no air conditioning. And it was like a new Beetle too. They left the windows open. It was in the Inland Empire. The car was full of dust. No air conditioning. I wore this light blue pair of pants to my interview, not thinking about the car seats or anything like that, because I'm kind of stupid about things like that. I sat in this car. It was 95 degrees, a black Volkswagen Bug. My bottom sweat, as one will in a car with no air conditioning. And all of the dust that had been on the seat had just transferred into my butt crack sweat. On the way to the interview. I went to the interview. They loved me. Had a really nice time. I was pepped and hyped for it, and I knew how to talk the talk because it was a company that I already worked for, and I had a bunch of really nice references, so there was no way I wasn't going to get this job. And then as I was exiting, I just kind of looked at the full-length mirror behind me and I saw the streak. I kind of managed to make it out of there like scooting on my butt, like with my butt to the wall the whole way in case anybody like talked to me or said anything to me. I totally got the job though. They never saw the streak because I asked about it like 3 months later. I was like, oh, I never thought you were gonna hire me. Here's what happened. So you're never down and out. There's always a chance. Yeah. I like really have a problem with wearing super light colored pants anyway. Like I feel like I think we mentioned this the other day, like I'm a spot magnet. If something could dribble on a shirt, I could dribble, they called me the streak. I'm glad they never knew that. Oh my gosh, what would have been worse is they would have told, like, my references would have checked. Oh, why didn't you hire Charlie? And they would have been like, oh yeah, looked like he had a problem during the interview. Instead of being intercontinental, sorry, he was just incontinent. No, dude, it wasn't a poop stain. It was like the dust that had settled into the sweat of my... Oh. Who knew? The car was so hot. I can't even tell you. It was a black Volkswagen Beetle. I think one of the windows didn't roll down and the other one did, but it had no air conditioning only because the fuse broke and they had two cars and... I tend to wear mostly dark colors too. I got a white dog, so I don't wear as much black anymore, but I do wear a lot of navy. And what happens there is you'll get an oil splotch. I know you're kidding. I promise I'm not really often offended by anything. I'm a little disappointed in myself. I never turned my watch on. I have no idea how many miles I walk, but this happens all the time. Olvera Street to 9th, I think I've walked. Hour and 29 minutes, not so bad. Probably 4.51 miles is what I'm guessing. I wonder what day of the week it was. It was probably an interview on a Monday. I mean, I got hired, I started working like 2 days later, which kind of sucked. I wanted like a week off to try to start looking for an apartment. I was living 59 miles from Beverly Hills. Which I thought was going to be like an hour and 10-minute commute, which is really like a 3 or 4 hour car ride. Oh my gosh. It's like a butcher wearing white. I don't understand why they wear white. I guess if you're wearing white, you know when their butcher clothes are clean. Oh my god, they scared me. They really did. Which is really easy to scare me. Oh, it's really not. I kind of want to walk that way, but I feel like, hey, Oskay! I think they just screamed as they drove by me and it styled me. Just a little bit. Oh my God. I don't know if I've told you this. I'm not a very good baker, but I try every once in a while. Baking to me is kind of more like science, you know? It's just really exacting. I still try. Hola, Kae. Happy, happy, happy Tuesday. I just think making sure that you have the right amount of like baking soda, butter, sugar, everything to kind of make the chemical reaction happen and stuff. That's kind of where I go awry. I like to improvise. Right? We love the BC Boys. But, you know, where if you're making tomato sauce and you add a little extra something, it may be a little peppery, but it still works. But, like, your something doesn't rise with baking. In an effort to stop eating processed itche, though, Joseph and I, well, maybe me more, I'm trying to like bake some more stuff. I really want to cross the street, but I don't want to see these people. I just want to walk through this alley that we've never walked through before while we're doing alley stuff. It might not be interesting. I should get that tattooed. I'm gonna use wheat flour though. I'm gonna do a wheat bread. I bought I think maybe Kangatha wheat flour. So I'm gonna do a wheat bread. So I know it's like, I still have to use white flour. I think Joe might connect to us after this. He did talk about gaming. So, I don't know, Joe, do you wanna connect after this? I'm about to walk back to my train station. Hey Angelo, this isn't the back door of the This isn't the back door of the Cameo, but it is a back door of a stage. I think here in LA we're gonna have a couple of cool days. Also, I love a good recipe in the metric system. It's way more exact, and I love using a scale. I'm in the alert area. I'm leaving. Oh my, can you hear that? Did you hear that? I'm getting kicked out of everywhere by robots. At least they said please. You are in the alert area. Please leave. Hey, look, it's Denise. I don't know if you're watching tonight, Denise. Okay, we're at Olympic and Hill. Over, off to the left. We're in South Park. I love saying that. We see our spooky skyscrapers, our abandoned skyscrapers, which have just been purchased. So we should be able to see some exciting stuff happen there soon enough. Although I've really liked marveling at the graffiti over the years. I can't believe it, but they're going to put an air wand there. Which is kind of like just weird to me. I don't really know what's happening on this block though, so they could be just betting the farm. Hey. Yeah, I'm gonna end the stream probably pretty soon, about 22 minutes. I'm walking just towards the subway station where I'm gonna hop on the subway and ride my little butt home. We'll be live streaming tomorrow. We'll have slightly more thematic live streams coming up. I'm gonna go ahead and fill in the blanks. I've just booked days for now. We have some fun little thing in Little Tokyo on the 18th of the month. We have the Blessing of the Animals coming up. This weekend we're gonna be back in downtown LA for the No Kings March, to observe that. I think next week is the art walk, and then Friday we have First Fridays in Chinatown. So we're going to try to make that a thing to support those little markets and those awesome neighborhoods that we love. Oh my God, I want a bagel, Amy. How do you do your bagel? I like to get a frying pan out, a little bit of butter, and then I like to grill the bagel in the frying pan with the butter. And then I like to put cream cheese on it. And because it's so hot and crispy on the outside, you end up needing half a brick of cream cheese. And the cream cheese melts most of the time you're spreading it on, but I do love a grilled bagel. So good. So we just wanted it to be all-inclusive, gaming in LA, and we couldn't get gaming in LA with the AMING. Ooh, I also like ham and cheese. I like a sesame seed bagel the best, actually. Ham and cheese and an egg. I used to be really good from Dunkin' Donuts. I don't know anymore, and it probably isn't. All things were better 20 years ago. I'm joking. Grandpa, oh my gosh. That would be Joe. Joe's bagel order is some fish fiesta, to be honest with you. Hey, Tom McClevey, thank you so much for showing up. I know we're on a little early today. Tuesday is not a usual day of ours, so we're just adding to the mix here. This is pretty groovy. Hola volo. I'm gonna go into this parking lot. Let's see what happens. Joseph, I feel like you have lox, capers, and some salmon on there or something. I don't know. I don't much eat fish. Also, bagels are kind of probably the least affordable kind of bread for me. I feel like whenever Joe and I get bagels, it's like 6 and we go through them in like 2 days. Security! Again, in hindsight is 2020. I think I could have just left a lot sooner. I think my ego got the best of me. I wasn't a dick to that guy, but I really think that I could have just left a little sooner without it saying anything. What? Because bagels don't have a lot of nutritional value. That's the other thing. So that's why I always dip them in butter. I really like, if I'm gonna go bagel, I make it a treat. Pumpernickel bagel. No. I want a sesame seed bagel. I don't like an everything bagel or a poppy seed bagel. Sometimes an onion bagel. Oh, spring. You guys are really fancy. I'm kind of all for banning scooters on sidewalks. Sorry to be an old bitch man yelling at the clouds, but I keep almost getting hit by them when I'm paying attention. That's so weird. You know, you can make bagels. I've never tried to make bagels. But you absolutely can make bagels. I'm gonna go home and make a loaf of bread. With my... I just gotta proof my yeast. I'm always kind of intrigued by... I love that Hotel Bristol building. Whew. Where am I? I'm on Olive and... It's my number street. Oh, 8th. So let's whip up around here, and then I'm gonna head over to my train station. Got about another 15-minute walk. Thank you guys so much for walking with me. Please feel free to give a like, a sub, and a chat. Oh my gosh. My dad was he was really into Southeast Asian cuisine. Really into he's an Italian guy. He was really into Southeast Asian cuisine, and thank you. We ate a lot of stuff that I think this is why my palate is so messed up as an adult. We ate a lot of stuff that I just don't like. Give me poutine. I have to say, Tea Soups, I am happy that I visited Europe before the internet too, and once or twice after the internet. Also, before everybody wanted to hate on Americans, there were just a few then, and most people would ask me if I was German or Canadian. I would always say American, though. I love the principles of the United States. I just, government. The driver totally waited. I walked by them, I waved, thanked them, gave them the peace sign, and I trotted. Oh my gosh, this puppy is just asleep in this window. Should I go and grab that puppy? Looks like one of those expensive French bulldogs everybody's got. Yes, please give us a thumbs up and like. We also have memberships if you really want more walking in LA, but we're pretty much on all the time. You just get a little extra stuff there. Oh, you aren't supposed to see that yet. You've already seen it 15 times. I want to thank our members. Shout out to you guys. Thank you for supporting the channel, keeping our lights on, keeping the metro tickets paid for, and helping to make this channel a really awesome community to be a part of. I need you guys to do this. Why is this not doing its thing? It's just sitting there. Okay, I need you guys to do this. Hold on. Save, go away. All right, thank you, members. 15 minutes of thank you. You're worth it. All right, after the stream, but don't put it in the chat, we have this walk that we have proposed where we are going to see every star on the Hollywood Boulevard and maybe talk about them. So here is the thing. Riding on the Metro is a song. Here's the thing. Option 1 or option 2. You can put it in the chat. It doesn't count. You have to put it in the comments. Are we going to make it a series where it takes us 3 days? I'm also going to do a poll for members. I just wanted to get this out there for you folks who aren't members and maybe wanted to get in on it. But do we do it as a series, or do we do like a one long, really, I feel like a really long walk? You know, the Walking in LA song is a really great introduction for people because they always remember, although they can never find us because of those stupid underscores, they always remember and they always mention that song. So it was kind of a stroke of genius. There is also a Walking in LA page that somebody has not posted on in 5 years with no underscores. That's what I went for first. I think we've just jumped timelines for a moment, and I'm not sure what happened here. I love the United States. I'm not a super duper patriotic person though. You know, I don't have any Ralph Lauren stuff with a teddy bear and a flag on it. But in principle, I love the Constitution. I love the United States. I love civics. I love politics. We don't talk about it because I'm really mean and really passionate. We're not looking at this person, so really passionate about it. Woo. Tama Clevey, you guys, you got to put it in the comments. I'll never see this later. Sometimes the chat, you can't get it back. It's only for now. So when somebody makes a suggestion for something, I sometimes don't even get to see it later on, or I forget it. Right, Sunset LA? So definitely please put it in the comment though. I love you all for commenting here. I really do. I'm also gonna put it as a members poll. So if you're a member, you don't have to comment here. You can just vote. That post will go up when I get home. But you lurkers and you folks who are not members, who are here all the time, your voice is really important. So I wanted you to have an opportunity to vote on something also. And I didn't just want to put it out there for people who don't watch the channel to vote on and send me to my demise. I'll set up a poll the second I get on the train for members. For now, if you guys could leave a comment. And if you're a member, you just hit it later on. I'm gonna give it a couple days and I'll do it. It's gonna take me a while not a while, I've actually already done most of the thing. I would like to set it up so that we are set up for success. Hey, Ice Pick. It is Alex. We started off at the Union Station. Let's walk up to the library and then I'm gonna come back. I keep saying I'm gonna go off in 15 minutes. Poor Joe is like, I don't know if he's waiting to play the game. We're in Carol Schatz Square. I don't know who Carol Schatz is. I call my biting dog Schatzi sometimes. I feel like that's German for sweetheart. He's really not a sweetheart, but I feel like he's German. He's part Dachshund and Terrier, I think. I want to tell you a really nice story, though. So, I got yelled at by a security guard, by a robot in a wall. We had a food bot try to smash my shins today. But on the metro ride here, we have these people called Metro Ambassadors, and they're young people. They're wearing a bright green t-shirt. Last summer or the summer before, we're all like, Brett Summer, every time we would see them because that's the color of their shirt. But they like help people get through, the metro if they have questions. They're mostly pretty young kids and they're really kind of standoffish, to be honest with you. Nice. Some of them are greet you and whatever. But there was a Metro Ambassador. There were like 10 Metro Ambassadors on my train today. 9 on one end, my end, and then 1 on the other end. And the one that wasn't on my end was walking around like an ambassador and talking to people on the train. How are you today? How's it going today? How's your ride been? And like literally moving through the people, doing what an ambassador should do. So I got off at Union Station and I went to the customer service and my options were go upstairs and report it or call this number. So I called the number. Whatever, the number's on the other side. Because I don't know, that's the kind of service that you don't see anymore, and I feel like that's kind of what we need. It was amazing. So I wrote his name down. Joe, what's the name I sent you? It's J. Espinosa. Shout out to you, J. Espinosa. You really made my day, and I could tell that you were making other people's, like little old ladies' day as you were walking up and talking to them. Metro Ambassador J. Espinosa. Oh my gosh. And I could never live with a fish. I could never be a fish wife. The scales alone. The thing about the one-way streets in LA is they're confusing, but also doesn't LA remind you of LA? Downtown LA kind of reminds me of New York in a way, like the scary New York from the 70s. Joe would eat sushi every day if he could. I would eat sushi. Sorry, I would eat sushi on Joe's birthday. I'm not a big sushi guy. Amy, I feel like the only time I ever feel warm in the wintertime is if I take a hot shower. I feel like I must be a cold-blooded woman. Let's go this way. I'm just meandering back to my train station. My train is not going to be here for, I think, 10 minutes. Okay. I would eat grilled cheese every day with bacon. I was eating chicken every day, but then I read it's bad for men to eat chicken every day. I don't know what happens. I just read that it was bad. Charlie's. I've had a chicken croquette. Actually, I've had a crab meat croquette. I love crustaceans. I just don't like actual fishy fish unless it's haddock, cod, or scrod, which is not really a fish. It's like the sea catch of the day. Yeah, LA, downtown LA is only has like a 30% like occupancy rate. So there's not a lot of people living down here. And that, don't quote me on that because I could be like messing something up in saying that. But there aren't a ton of people that live down here. Oh my gosh, I gave up the vape months ago. I have to tell you, J. Kim, quitting the vape was way harder than quitting smoking. I literally have never felt so distraught. I think that there's no other word for it, but I literally felt distraught as I was like quitting. You know, it was pretty bad. I'm trying to get past copywritten music. So, as far as daring myself, you can go up to the 70th floor in this building. And I think it cost $10. I think that this is what I'm going to do in April at some point. I also need to go to the Hollyhock House, which is $12. I can't go live either place. I'm afraid to go all the way up there and not get a signal. If for some reason, I think that Dionysus, I think that downtown LA always had an occupancy, a building occupancy rate, and that's only gotten worse. I just think that there are not a lot of people that live down here, unfortunately. All right, I am at my train station. I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'm not usually on this early or on Tuesday. I'll be on a little later tomorrow. I will update where we're going, what we're doing, probably in the morning. I'll update a couple more pages. You guys, one last wish. If you wouldn't mind, just in the comments, option 1 or option 2. That's the comments that are not part of the chat. Otherwise, I probably won't see it later. Thanks, mountain bike. You're going to have to Venmo me a Xanax also. I was so scared going up to the tower of City Hall. Like, have you ever seen someone on a ledge of a building, like in a movie? It's like a 1-foot ledge. So at the top of City Hall, you have probably 8 or 10 feet between the wall and the ledge. And the ledge has a fence that goes up. I can't even remember, I like blacked out up there. It goes up at least just up to my chest. There's no way I'm gonna trip over that fence, but I walked with my back to that wall, like shuffling. I was afraid to lift my feet up. I'm so paranoid. I'm so afraid of heights, so I don't really know what I'm going to do when I go up here. Might want to bring a depend. Anyway, you guys, I'm going to connect to Joe. I'm going to take off, head home. I'll see you if you're joining the other live stream. I think Joe is playing GTA for a little bit, so it should just sort of bounce to this. Thank you guys so much. Again, if you're here first time, please give us a old like and subscribe. It really does help us with the algorithm. We are human content, and I'm afraid that's going away. I will be here tomorrow. Please take notes of everyone's votes, but please put it in the comments. My final wish for the day, please drop that in the comments. I love you all platonically. I really appreciate you being here. Hugs, kisses, puppy dog wishes. I'm gonna sign off right now. I will see you soon. Have a fantastic night. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Bye, Osgay. Please put your comments, Mike. Mike, I did it again. I just take the M and the IKE. Mountain bike, you know what I mean. Hugs. Good night, guys. Thank you.